That's right. That's right. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like the show and hit that notification bell so you know every time we come on live. Every time that we're here. All right, so it was a monster week in sports. So I think everybody knows what the game of the week was, right? What was the game of the week? Let's be honest. What was the game of the week?
The Dallas game?
No, that was definitely not the game of the week. You are so bad at this. So bad. So the game of the week obviously had to be the Los Angeles Rams versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, that was the game, yeah.
You know, two powerhouse teams, and then you have Matt Stafford with his, in my opinion, his first true test of what he may look like going forward with this team.
I was impressed.
And then you got Tom Brady, you know, doing the Brady stuff. And, you know, everybody talked about the possibility of him going for the undefeated season and all this stuff. And they went out, and it was a hard-fought game.
Only with the Pats, bro.
Hard-fought game, but at the end of the day, you know, the Rams, they took it. And they had some nice plays, man. That deep ball to Deshaun Jackson. Oh, my goodness. That deep ball to Deshaun Jackson, he ran so fast. And first of all, this guy's like 40 years old. I mean, maybe not 40, but Deshaun Jackson is old. He's been through a bunch of injuries. This dude's outrunning guys literally half his age, right? 23, 24-year-olds, and he's burning by them down the field. He catches this pass, and he was going so fast and so crazy, he started running out of the stadium. And it's so funny because why this is going on, you see the head coach running down the sidelines chasing him. Right. And so his coach is chasing him down the sidelines and meets him in the tunnel to congratulate him on that play. Just amazing energy. It was a really good game. Very, very cool. There was some other big stuff that happened, though, out there in the NFL. We had a record-setting weekend. What I mean by that is we had the longest field goal made in the history of the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, that game, that was crazy.
Yeah. So the Baltimore Ravens and the kicker, Justin Tucker, he's been known to be able to hit some bombers before, but they got the ball down. It was a 66-yard field goal. And this dude puts it up, and it literally hits the crossbar, like, boop, and goes the right way. It could have went any direction. Just happened to flip in and flip for a record-setting 66-yard field goal. So that was pretty amazing. And that's insane. What's even funnier, though, is in the Arizona-Jacksonville game, right? Arizona thought it'd be cool to try to go for the record-setting field goal, and they kick a 68-yard field goal. You know what the difference is, though? So on field goals, people don't know this if they're not into football. You can actually catch the ball and return it if it stays in bounds, right? So the guy kicks a 68-yard field goal, and they put somebody deep in the end zone just in case. This cat catches the ball on literally with his back foot on almost on the white line. So he literally goes the true length of the football field, 109-yard touchdown, returns that shit on that field goal. 68-yard field goal try. Yeah.
So here's a thing, right? I always think about the field goal kickers. How about the punters, right? The punter, I know with field goals about the placement of the ball, it's all about accuracy also. But the punters be punting like almost. Actually, they punt the whole length of the field. Why don't they put those guys to kick the field goal?
It's a different style of kicking. Some of them can do it, but it's a different style. So that's why they're usually two separate guys, because the form and the practice of what you're doing to be good at your craft, you're practicing one thing versus two. That's usually speaking of
which, I've always thought about that because those guys can kick.
Well, speaking of kickers and stuff, first of all, now they're on a hiatus for the next 3 weeks, but have you been watching Monday Night Football on the Manning cast?
No,
dude. First of all, you have to like.
But where is it on? Is it on ESPN?
ESPN 2.
Oh, okay.
The best way to watch.
I don't get out on time for it. That's what it is.
Dude, what do you mean? You don't work until 11 o'clock. You're gonna catch some of it.
Is it on the whole day?
Yeah, it's on not the whole day. It's on
the whole game. I think the whole game.
They do a simulcast.
So then I gotta catch it. Okay.
So it's not going to be on for another 3 weeks. They took a 3-week hiatus. So it's Eli and Peyton doing this Manning cast, and dude, it is absolutely incredible. First of all, it's not like a normal broadcast. So they're not announcing the game. They're literally sitting there like we do, talking about the game, though. And so you see Peyton talking about plays and Eli talking about plays. They're taking shots at each other. They're taking digs at each other and shit, right? And then you got they have guests come on. So every quarter they have a guest. They had Rob Gronkowski come on, and that's where all the controversy came out when he told Peyton he doesn't watch film. And then he had to send a tweet back out saying that he actually does watch film. And his girlfriend gets mad at him because all the film he watches, because there's a big backlash about it. Hilarious. Yeah. They had LeBron James on, and LeBron James was like, they have all these different people on. Reason I brought it up, though, because you talk about the punter, number one. Number two, if you haven't seen the Manning cast, go watch it. It's incredible. Eli Manning last week, let me just throw this out there. Eli Manning last week was having a conversation with, I forget who it was exactly who was on the show that he was talking about, but they were talking about his experience in Philly. And so he's literally going around talking about how when he gets to the stadium, there's 8-year-old kids who flick him off, right? And Eli Manning on live television for the whole nation to see literally goes like this and goes, well, can I just do it? And flicks off the entire nation.
No way.
Double bird.
Damn.
Double
on ESPN?
Bird on ESPN in the Manning cast.
No way.
Double birded.
That's why they go on hiatus for 3 weeks.
Oh my goodness. Double bird flicked everybody in the nation off. Hilarious, man. It is so good. It's so well done. Omaha Productions is their company, and I love it. Dude, they had Archie.
That's cool.
So Eli Manning this weekend had his jersey retired. So Archie, which is his dad, for those who don't follow sports, who is also a really, really good quarterback for the Saints, is staying with Eli this weekend because he wanted to be at the ceremony. And so they have a little clip of halftime, and Peyton's over there eating food, stuffing his mouth, and Archie's sitting on the couch next to Eli, and Archie's talking trash to Peyton about his bad habits and his dirty shirt and stuff like that. And dude, it is just absolutely hilarious. And then so Eli's like, yeah, he's like, oh yeah, I know how dad comes to visit you. He goes, yeah, well, maybe I let dad stay with me. Maybe if dad wasn't staying in a hotel when he comes to see you, that, you know,
wow.
like, dude, it's just,
damn.
Dude, it's hilarious because so Eli's like talking shit about Peyton's head and how his head's too big to fit in because the first episode they did, he tried to put on a Baltimore Ravens helmet, but his head couldn't fit in it. So like there was a picture of a guy at the Dallas game who had this really big, weird helmet. And so Eli's like, yeah, that might fit you. Dude, it's fucking hilarious. It's great. But Pat McAfee, do you guys, Lewis or Mazai, do you know who Pat McAfee is?
I've heard the name, but I don't know.
Well, he does a really, really good YouTube broadcast. It's also on Sirius XM talk show. It's 3 hours a week, 3 hours every day, Monday through Friday, and he has Aaron Rodgers Tuesdays. And that's what's kind of really helped it be famous is Aaron Rodgers comes on every Tuesday regardless and talks with him about stuff, right? And he's actually really funny.
Must be nice.
Nate, you should know who Pat McAfee is.
Why?
Yeah, the name rings a bell.
Because he's an announcer in wrestling. He's very big into wrestling. Yeah. He goes to events. He takes part in events. He has announced matches and stuff. Like he's a huge part of the wrestling world. And he does a really good job, really good show. But he was on the show because Eli went on his show earlier the day on that Monday, and then he came on the show that night. And literally, it's hilarious because you're talking about punters. So Pat McAfee was a punter for the Indianapolis Colts. So he's friends with Peyton.
Okay.
Right. And he's literally on the show and he's just like, Peyton, just because Peyton, first of all, if you watch this, Peyton hates punts. He can't stand them. He's a quarterback. He like if the punter gets on the field,
he made a comment that he made a comment once because they lost the game because of the punter.
Yeah.
He made a big comment that he was like, that's why I don't rely on them. And he expects to win the game himself.
Yeah. So
until he got Vinatieri.
Yeah. Well, Vinatieri's a kicker. He's not a punter.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess he was talking about the kicker.
Okay. But we're talking about punters here.
All right, but I just decided to bring up kickers for some reason.
Yeah, you like to change it up. Anyway, so literally Pat McAfee sat on the show and forced Peyton to comment on a punt during the show because Peyton refuses to talk about anything to do with punting. And it was so hilarious watching Peyton cringe to be like, yeah, it was a good punt. Okay, sure. Great punt, guys. Like, dude, hilarious. Just
I gotta watch it.
Oh my goodness. It comes back on in 3 weeks. It's really, but they must
have
at
least the O2 has to be already recorded already.
Yes.
Speaking of that,
watch YouTube stuff on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I was watching, since you brought out LeBron James, I was watching a Barbershop. I'm almost caught up.
Dude, very good series. Very good. I watched that shit. The one with Will Smith where he talked about his thing with the Matrix, right? And passing up on that role. Mm-hmm. Then they have some other one. Like, it's a really, really good show. I watched a lot of episodes. The only one I didn't really watch the whole thing of was the Obama one. But I watched.
That's my next one. That's the one I'm gonna.
That one
watch.
was kind of got boring, so I skipped that one. But the other ones, the insight, the stories they tell, they were talking about he had Martin Lawrence on there with Will Smith because they were the new Bad Boy movie that was coming out at the time, Bad Boys Forever or whatever it was. So like that's a really well done show too. Yeah. So,
yeah. So back into sports.
Phoenix. So real quick, let's bring up, let's give a preview of the week coming up. There's only one game I really want to highlight on real quick. Brady comes back to New England. What do you think?
It's bro, like it's emotional to me. Especially the promos right now. They use the song from Adele.
Yeah.
See You From the Other Side. That great promo.
No,
great promo on that.
Music.
That's a great promo. If you ever get to watch that, watch it. And then the way they clip the videos and everything, and they put him against Belichick, and then because it starts off saying hello, the song, right? However the song goes. And then as soon as it goes, See You From the Other Side, they switch his jersey. The clip transition to the Tampa jersey, bro, goosebumps, bro. I was like, holy shit.
Are you going to be one of those guys?
This, sick.
Are you going to be one of the guys who has the half and half jersey?
Nope. I'm going to be the guy that still has the Tom Brady Patriots 12 jersey.
Okay. Just curious.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
but I was trying to get tickets to that game. Because I'm on vacation. My vacation ends that weekend.
Well, listen, you just take a little bit of investment money, which I won't throw out there to the crowd because, that's between us. You just take a small portion of
there's a return on that, though. There's any return on that.
That's the difference. That's where I think you're wrong. And this is what you have. This is how I sometimes feel people are skewed in life about what they do with their money. The once in a lifetime experience. Do you know that Tom Brady has beaten 31 NFL teams in his career? Did you know that? I didn't
know that.
He's beaten 31 teams. If
he can't beat 32 because he played for Patriots.
But that's my point. If he goes into Foxborough and wins, you can sit there and say, I was there when he did something that I don't know if that's ever been done.
Bro, he's just doing crazy shit.
Like, I got to go look that up. He might be the first quarterback in history, if he wins this game, to beat every single NFL team.
That's sick.
That'd be insane,
right? Like you could be.
My brother, I called my brother. He was telling me, he was like, "Bro, even if you don't get tickets, even if you think they're expensive," he was telling me the what's it called when you outside when everybody's outside?
Scalpers. Oh, tailgate.
No, tailgate. He goes, tailgating alone, you have a blast. Because I've never been to a game, never been to like an NFL game, never. I've been to Celtics games. I've been to Celtics games and all that.
If something happens that I move back, we're going to a Tampa game.
Let me take that back. I did go to a New England Patriots and Tampa game. I did. Wifey took me there.
So what the hell are you talking about? You never
I forgot that.
Move on.
I literally forgot
Phoenix,
that.
what do you got for it? What do you got?
I literally forgot that shit, bro.
Phoenix, what you got?
And we went. It was Patriots versus Tampa.
All right, what do you got? You got any WWF shit for us or anything you want to talk about?
Like very little.
That's fine. Because we're running long anyway, so we can hop right into it. Let's go.
That's fine. Yeah, it was a hectic week, but I like Monday. Wrestle on Monday Night Raw. They started with the championship match, Big E versus Bobby Lashley. So I saw a little bit of it. It was nice action, and really what surprised me was I was thinking, okay, why are they starting first? That's weird. So then Big E, like he got tossed out the ring, and we lost him.
Yeah, that's okay.
No. Somebody called me. That's what it is. I thought I was on.
Mr. Airplane Mode himself. Wow,
bruh.
So first he lies about going to a game, and now he forgets the airplane mode, bruh.
Now I immediately put that on airplane mode, bro.
Just forget it. We're done. Good night, everybody.
Bruh.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't expect nobody to call me at this time.
Oh my goodness.
But basically,
but go ahead.
No, yeah. So Big E, he got thrown out, and Bobby Lashley used to be part of a faction called the Hurt Business that's ran by MVP, an older wrestler, and they broke up a few months back. So then the group comes back in, and all you see is Big E just like, what? Like, what the fuck? I thought y'all were gone. So then Big E's old group, the New Day, well, still technically the same group, they all just rushed in and just started beating each other up. So then the match got, DQ'd. So then I was like, damn, like, that's really how we're going to end this match? And then, I'm watching the show, and I'm like, why is there a steel cage in the air? Oh, that's where we're going. So then they had a rematch inside the steel cage. And then I believe Big E won. I didn't get to see the whole thing because I had to step out for a second. But I liked how they did that story because now they're introducing the two groups. And those two groups, you can do stuff with them. It's not just one and one. They have beef. They have history. Like it's a good story so far. I just hope WWE doesn't ruin it. Please.
Okay.
That's all I got.
We got the right stuff. We